A new 911 GT3 is always something to look forward to. Thankfully, Porsche hasn't kept us waiting long for our next fix, the mouth-watering Gen 2 991 GT3. With more power and torque from a new 4-litre flat-6 screamer and a major increase in aerodynamic downforce, this new GT3 promises great things. It's hardly a state secret that at Evo magazine we love 911 GT3s. So happy days, we're in the Gen 2 991 GT3. They're just such a complete driver's car. They offer such breadth of performance and excitement and usability. They're really unique in their sector of the market. There's one crucial difference between this car and the previous generation, and it's directly in front of me, a red line at 9,000 RPM. Capacity's up to 4 litres from 3.8, but whereas the previous Gen 4-litre motor wouldn't rev as high as this, they've managed to get more torque, more power, more revs, more response, more of everything really. 500 horsepower at 8,250 RPM, 339 foot-pounds of torque at 6,000 RPM. So that's still pretty high revs, but in comparison to the red line, you can see that this thing has some muscle through the mid-range. As soon as you work into that engine, my God, it sounds so good. It just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling, and a note. There we go, 9,000. When you do ring its neck, there are some fairly major aerodynamic changes. So they found a big chunk of downforce, 20-25%. Most of that comes from working the air under the car, so it doesn't generate any more drag. That rear wing is set a little bit higher up and a little bit further back. You can drive it like you're trying to set a lap time, which we will do, or you can drive like a journalist and we're going through this kick at an indicated 140 miles an hour. That's pretty impressive. Not quite so quick now. It's just the way you can get that rear axle pivoted and then just work that throttle and work the revs that you have available to you. Bloody hell, this is a good car. Jesus. There's just immense stopping power there. If there's a criticism, and it's only a slight one, is that there's quite a narrow operating window their maximum and then feeling the ABS come in. It requires some precision. It's not all oafish inputs by any means. You know, this car will respond however you drive it, but it deserves. It doesn't demand it, but it deserves a level of respect. Not all the time, but if you're just trying to work that critical point where the front's beginning to slide or the rear's beginning to slide, but not too much, you need to make sharp, small inputs just to hold it there. Big inputs, like any 911, finds that crazy kind of balance point where you almost don't need to use the steering wheel, you just So the big question is, what lap time is this going to do? The target is trying to beat the current generation RS. It's probably time to put some fresh tyres on and give it a go.
Is it quicker? Of course it is. A best of 1 minute 13.4, pipping both the 991 RS and 991 Turbo S by 0.2 of a second to make it the quickest 911 we've ever timed at Anglesey, and just a second shy of the 918 Spider. The new 4-litre engine is sensational. The brakes brilliantly powerful, the PDK transmission a supreme partner for track use, and the balance of response, grip and traction perfectly matched. It all combines to encourage you to wring out every last drop of pace, to exploit its low-speed corner agility and trust its high-speed stability. Searingly fast and endless fun, it's the best of a brilliant breed.